Welcome to Success Saturdays, brought to you by LKN Connect, where we spotlight the people, the businesses, and stories driving success across our community. Let's get started. We are back. You are listening to Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone, and I'm here with Shannon Vieira. She is the president and CEO of Greater Statesville Chamber of Commerce. And we are here with a gentleman. I read his book cover to cover. It is titled Marketing Simplified. Danny Decker. Danny, thank you so much for being here, buddy.
Guys, it's great to be here. I feel like this is a dream come true for me. I've kind of peaked right now in my career. I'm on with Joe and Shannon. It does not get any better than this. So.
Shannon,
Nice.
if you didn't realize it, he just made fun of me. Just so you know that.
I know.
Okay?
I was looking for the bell, but I couldn't get my hand on it. Danny's got it. There.
I was told that's my job on the show.
That's right.
So.
You're exactly right. Hey, buddy, we don't have enough time for me to cover this book. Thank you so much for coming in. But before we get started, describe what it is you actually do in your specialty so that I don't destroy it when I try and do that.
Yeah, sure. So short version is I am a marketing coach for local businesses. I help business owners to create strategic written marketing plans, and then I coach them as they execute those plans. And the issue and the reason I'm passionate about what I do is because I really believe in entrepreneurship, and I know everybody in this room does, but I believe that entrepreneurs are one of the greatest forces for good in our community. And further, I believe that many entrepreneurs are not growing anywhere close to their full potential, and often it's because they haven't figured out marketing. Marketing is such a mystery to so many business owners, and it's holding back their growth. And so that's why I wrote Marketing Simplified, and that's why I do what I do.
Well, Danny, I'll tell you, you and I met at the Lake Norman Expo, and I think you could tell as soon as I saw your book, I grabbed it, right, and started to talk to you because this is the one challenge that small business people have that they don't want to tackle. They don't really want to have to sell and do marketing. They find it this evil necessity. And when I realized you knew what you were talking about is when I started reading your book and you acknowledged
Yeah.
you have a job because they really don't want to do that.
And the sad thing is it is an industry that has a bad name, and I don't blame entrepreneurs for being hesitant to get involved with marketing. There are a lot of vendors out there that maybe not necessarily have bad intentions, but are not delivering results and give the industry a bad name, and no entrepreneur wants to be known as a sleazy marketer or anything like that. Well, my take on marketing is completely different. I actually think that when you are marketing, you are doing the world a great service, and the reason why is because you own a business like Dr. Chris, who was on here last, who is helping people in this area become so much healthier. He is doing an incredible service for them, and therefore marketing is just about getting the word out. Marketing is helping people understand that how you're gonna solve their problem. Like ultimately, marketing is problem solving for people. So I think it's something we should be very proud of.
Well, first of all, I want you to get this book. We're going to make sure there's a way for you to get this book if you're listening. It is a great book because it's this step-by-step. He's got a lot of bullet points in it, Shannon, and I like bullet points.
I do because it's easy to read.
Marketing Simplified by Danny Decker. It is a great book. Danny, how can they reach you if they want a copy of your book?
Yeah, so it's on Amazon.com. It's on BarnesandNoble.com. So hop on there, search for Marketing Simplified. You can also check out my website, which is DannyDeckerMarketing.com. I'm active on Facebook and LinkedIn as well. You can just search for Danny Decker or search for Marketing Simplified, and I'll pop up.
So we're not going to get through your book, right? But let's try and start with what I immediately question people that think they can do marketing, right? Because everybody thinks they can do marketing, and you really touch on it in your book, and that is measure it. Does it really work, right? And one of your statements in the book is that about 50% of the marketing works. The question is, what 50% is it? And so it was through those statements that I realized Danny really gets it. Danny really understands exactly the challenge here. So I can't help but ask, how does he know that? And it starts on the first page of your book, which is I started a business in my spare bedroom in a tiny apartment in Miami. Well, hello, that's probably 70% of us small business people.
Right.
So talk about how you started your business.
Yeah, so it's funny. I did not see myself as an entrepreneur, nor did I see myself as a marketer. I actually went to college and studied finance, and I had every intention of working on Wall Street someday. And what happened was I graduated in 2009, which, as you can probably remember, is the literal worst time in the last 100 years to try to get a job in finance. The economy was tanking. And so I said, okay, what's plan B? And I was fortunate to get a job in the marketing world, which isn't something I saw coming, but is something I have since learned that I'm gifted. You know, I like to talk. I like to communicate. Really, what marketing is communication. And so I got a job working in a small marketing agency, and I realized, wow, this entrepreneurship thing is pretty cool. Like I'm kind of getting my head around how it all works. I see the value and the importance in marketing. And so after doing that job for about a year, I went out and started my own agency, as you referenced there, Joe. And I started with a partner who's still a great friend of mine. We started it down in Miami, Florida. And like I said, it was literally in the spare bedroom in my apartment. And we had no clients. We had no idea what we were doing. And it was a learning process. And it took us about 2 years of banging our heads into the wall before we finally were smart enough to seek some outside coaching and advice. And we're given the recommendation, hey, you guys really need a specialty. You need a niche. And so we ended up specializing in small law firms and doing what we do, our internet marketing services exclusively for small law firms. And at that point, our growth went just through the roof. And we went from doing about $150,000 a year to 2 years later, we broke $1 million and, staff of 10 full-time employees. And so it's amazing how things can change when you get the right direction.
Right. Well, and let's talk about that, because you say in your book 3 things that you did that you believe leads to your success. And I loved them. 1, you guys hustled. You know, amen. It's the name of the game. Get up in the morning, and I got a doctor just ran 6 miles and showed up here on time.
Hustle.
You know? That's right.
That's right.
Learn from some really smart people. That really is the key to that. Thanks for joining us, Lake Norman. I hope today's conversation gives you something valuable to take with you into the week ahead. LKN Connect, your community, your stories, your connections. I am Joe Vagnone. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you back here next Saturday for another Saturday Success Story.